Hello students, we are studying our first lesson. Okay, so today we will study the last part of our lesson, seed and fruit development. Okay, so as we know that in last period we have studied development of embryo and development of uh, the nutritive tissue endosperm. Okay, so embryo finally convert into seed and ovary finally convert into fruit. So let us study seed and fruit development. The goal of reproduction in every living organism including plant is to create offspring for the next generation. So as we know that due to reproduction new offsprings are generated. One of the way that plant can reproduce offspring is by forming seeds. So as we know that through sexual reproduction seeds are formed and from seeds new plant is developed. The flowers must be pollinated in order to produce seeds and fruits. So as we know that for development of seed pollination is necessary. Seed development is initiated by fertilization. So as we know that after pollen grain get transferred on stigma, male and female get fused together by the process of fertilization in the ovary, and there is a formation of embryo which will convert further into seed. The integuments of the fertilized ovule persist and get transformed into seed coat of the mature seed. So we have studied the integuments. So these integuments will convert into seed coat, okay, of the seed, means outer covering of the seed. So here diagram is shown. Seed, okay, various layers are there, then radicle, epicotyl, hypocotyl, seed coat, okay. Then means whole embryo is converted into seed, okay. So radicle develop toward the soil to develop roots, okay, and hypocotyl will grow over the soil to develop stem. Then here again one diagram is there showing monocot, means having one cotyledon. Diagram is given. So let us see. Seed sometimes consist of two distinct coverings, a typical outer seed coat, the testa, and the inner thin membranous tegmen. So two coverings are there in the seed. Outer one is called as testa and the inner one is called as tegmen. Then the nucellus in the ovule may persist in some genera like black pepper and beet as a thin papery layer which is called as the perisperm. So nucellus we have studied, which is present in the ovule. So sometime it remain as it is up to the development of seed, and it looks like a black pepper. It looks like a papery layer, okay, and which is called as perisperm. Example, black pepper. In some seed the food reserve in the endosperm are partially used in the development of an embryo. Obviously in such seed the endosperm remains conspicuous and fills a greater part of seed, okay. So as we know that what is the function of endosperm? To give the nutrition to the developing embryo, okay. So sometime the endosperm is not fully used by the embryo and it remains. So this remaining part can be seen. Conspicuous means it is noticeable, so we can see that part, that endosperm in seed also. Thus the resultant seed is called as the endospermic or albuminous. Example, castor, coconut, maize. In other seeds, embryo absorb food reserved from the endosperm completely during its developmental stages. Thus, the endosperm disappear in mature seed, and such seeds are called as the non-endospermic or exalbuminous. So, sometimes the endosperm is fully utilized by developing embryo. So, finally, it is totally used, and endosperm gets over. So there is no endosperm. So such seeds are called as the non-endospermic or albuminous. Example, pea and bean. Then the cotyledons in some non-endospermic seeds act as a food storage, and in others they are the first photosynthetic organ. So sometime the food is stored in the cotyledons, okay, and sometimes they act as a first organ of photosynthesis, means as they are green. You must have seen sometimes these cotyledons come above the soil and they are green, and these are first leaves we can say, and they carry out the photosynthesis as they are green in color. Then micropyle persists as a small pore in seed coat to allow the entry of water and oxygen during the soaking. So as we know that it is a small opening or pore micropyle, we have studied that. So sometime it remain in the seed as a small pore and it allow the entry of water and oxygen. Then fruit development is triggered by hormones produced by developing seeds. So as we know that ovary convert as a food. Okay, so there are some hormones and these hormones start this process of fruit development. As mentioned earlier, after fertilization the zygote is formed and ovary begins to differentiate into fruit and ovary wall develop into pericarp. So ovary convert into, after fertilization there is a formation of zygote, okay, which will again convert finally into embryo, and the ovary will convert into fruit, and its walls of ovary will develop as a pericarp, means outer layers of the fruit. Pericarp is basically three layered which get differentiated into fleshy fruit like mango and coconut. So we can clearly see these three layers in the fleshy fruits. Okay, so these are the three layers in the fruits you must have studied in 11th standard. Then can you recall, so that you have studied in 11th standard, then significance of seed and fruit formation. Okay, so significance means what is the importance of this fruit formation and seed formation. Fruits provide nourishment to the developing seed. So nourishment to the seed is provided by this fruit. Fruits protect the seed in immature condition, so it gives protection to the seed. Seed serve as an important propagating organ of plant. So new plants are generated by this seed. Then seeds and fruits develop special devices for their dispersal and thus help in the distribution of species. So there are certain adaptation in seed as well as fruit, due to which they get dispersed along in a large area, and thus the species also get distributed over a large area. Then the next part is dormancy. Okay, so dormancy means for some time the physiological process of that organism stop for some time, and after that period gets over, again this physiological or life process start in that organism. So such dormancies also exist in the plants or seeds. Okay, means seeds remain viable for a long period, they do not germinate in that period, and after that period get over, after the dormancy period gets over, they again germinate. Okay, so dormancy is a state of metabolic arrest that facilitates the survival of organism during adverse environmental conditions. So what is the meaning of this sentence? When the conditions are not suitable, they are adverse, at that time there is a metabolic arrest. Metabolism means physiological process like digestion, respiration, all these physiological process together are called as the metabolism. So there is a metabolic arrest, means this physiological process stop for some time, though the organism is living, it is not dead, it is live, but the metabolic process stop for some time. That facilitate means that help the survival of organism. So when conditions are not suitable, they are adverse, at that time to remain to survive that organism, this metabolic process stop for some time. After that this metabolic process starts, so that period is called as dormancy. Structural or physiological adaptive mechanism for survival is called as dormancy. So this is the adaptation given by nature, so that that species or that organism can live in the adverse environmental condition. When conditions are not suitable, there is a possibility that organism may die, but due to this adaptation of dormancy, organism can survive in the adverse condition also. Mature and viable seeds will not germinate even in the presence of favorable conditions, and they are dispersed at different places during dormancy. During dormancy, germination cannot take place. Okay, though the seed is mature and viable, means live. So till it cannot germinate, and the dispersal, that is spread of that seeds, can take place in the over a large area. Viable seeds germinate only after completion of dormancy period. So unless the dormancy period is not over, viable seeds cannot germinate. After the dormancy period is completed, the seed can germinate. So we can say that this is adaptation by nature for the survival of that species. Okay, the next part is apomixis. So apomixis means it is like a asexual reproduction without union of gametes and without act of fertilization. There is a formation of seeds and fruits. Understood? Apomixis means without formation of gametes and obviously without fertilization, seeds are formed. This process is called as apomixis. We have studied reproduction, sexual reproduction. So in sexual reproduction, there is a formation of male and female gamete, and there is a union of male and female gamete. The process is called as fertilization, and from fertilization there is a formation of zygote, and zygote will develop as a embryo, and embryo will develop as a seed, and seed germinate and plant will grow. But here in the apomixis, this process of formation of gametes as well as fertilization is avoided. Directly seeds are formed. That process, that is called as that phenomenon is called as apomixis. Okay, so it is a phenomenon of formation of embryo through asexual method of reproduction. Why it is asexual? Because male and female gametes are not formed. Without formation of gametes and the act of fertilization. So fertilization means union of these gametes. So gametes are not formed as well as fertilization is not there. Alternatively, it is unusual sexual reproduction where there is a no meiosis and syngamy. So we can it is a unusual. Why it is unusual? In usual sexual reproduction, there is a formation of male and female gametes and there is a fertilization process. Okay, so here, though it is a sexual reproduction, there is a male and female gametes are not formed as well as fertilization is not there. That's why it is a unusual sexual reproduction where there is no meiosis, means cell division by meiosis do not take place, as well as syngamy is not there. Embryo develop in the ovule and ovule develop to form seed. So here embryo is formed and that embryo develop into ovule and ovule finally form seed. In apomixis, when a gametophyte organ or cell produces embryo-like structure without fertilization, it is termed as a apogamy. So in apogamy, the gametophytic organ or a cell produces embryo, means male and female gametes are not formed. Instead of that, some gametophytic organ is there which produces embryo. So that is called as apogamy. Similarly, when diploid sporophyte cell produces a diploid gametophyte without undergoing meiosis, that is called as apospory. So in apospory, there is a development of embryo from sporophyte cell which is diploid in nature. Okay, so example, orange and mango. The main categories of, means there are three types: recurrent, non-recurrent and adventive. So first of all, recurrent. In this type, the embryo sac generally rise either from an archisporial or from some other part of the nucellar. Archisporial cell means from mother cell is formed, from which female gamete is formed. That is called as archisporial cell. Okay, so from this archisporial cell or from some other part of the nucellus, this embryo is formed. In diplospory, the unreduced embryo sac is derived from the diploid megaspore mother cell. Okay, so here megaspore mother cell, they act as a means they will generate the embryo. Okay, then in apospory the new cells give rise to apomitic embryo sac. Then next one is non-recurrent. In this type, megaspore mother cell undergoes usual meiotic division, and a haploid embryo sac is formed. Here the embryo arises either from the egg by the parthenogenesis or from some other haploid cells of gametophyte through the apogamy. So here the egg cells present in the ovary, they will give rise to embryo. Okay, then plant produced by this method are generally sterile and do not reproduce sexually. So they are sterile means they are not fertile, they are not able to create the offspring. Okay, then next one adventive. In this type, embryos may develop from somatic nucellus or integuments along with the normal zygotic embryo. So here normal zygotic embryo is also there, means zygote is formed, and from zygote embryo is developed. So along with that, again embryo may develop from somatic nucellus we have studied, or integuments. Okay, so from that this embryo is developed. It is common in mango, orange, lemon, etc. It gives to a condition called as the polyembryo. Poly means always many. So many embryos are formed as the, along with normal zygotic embryo, many embryos are developed from nucellus and integuments. So many embryos are formed. Genetically identical plants can be produced effectively and rapidly by apomixis. So as only one parent is involved, that is only mother cells are are responsible for formation of seeds. So it is genetically identical because only one parent is involved. Okay, then parthenocarpy. So in parthenocarpy, the fruit is developed without process of fertilization, means fertilization do not take place. So zygote will not form. So zygote is not there means embryo is not there. Embryo is not there means seeds are absent. Okay, so parthenocarpy means there is a development of fruit without formation of seeds. Seeds are absent when there is a parthenocarpy. Why seeds are absent? Because the process of fertilization do not take place. So as the fertilization is not there, embryo is also not there, and embryo is not there means seeds are not there. Okay, so this term is coined by Knoll. It is the condition in which fruit is developed without process of fertilization. It occurs naturally in some varieties of pineapple, banana, papaya, etc. So seedlets, there are fruits are seedlets, means without seeds fruits are there. In this plant, it seems that the placental tissue in the unfertilized ovary produces auxin IAA, means indole 3-acetic acid. So it is a hormone you have studied last year. Okay, so due to this hormone, ovaries, though ovary is unfertilized, it is converted into fruit. Okay, then which is responsible for enlargement of ovary into fruit. So only ovary will transfer into fruit and fertilization do not take place. So embryo is not there and obviously seeds are not there. Only ovary is converted into fruit. So the fruits are seedlets. The fruit resemble the normally produced food, but it is seedless. So fruit is without seeds. Okay, then polyembryony. So poly means many. So many embryos are present in that fruit. It is the development of more than one embryos inside the seed, and the condition is described as polyembryon. So instead of one embryo, many embryos are there. There is a development of many embryos. It was first noticed by Leeuwenhoek in the seeds of citrus genus. Okay, so in the citrus fruits, this polyembryon is there. It is the occurrence of more than one embryo in a seed, which consequently result in the emergence of multiple seedlings. So as many embryos are there, obviously seeds are also many. The additional embryos result from the differentiation and development of various maternal and zygotic tissues associated with the ovule of seed. Okay, so there are many zygotic tissues which develop into many embryos. Polyembryony may be true or false depending upon whether many embryos arise in the same embryo sac or in different embryo sacs in the same ovule. In adventive polyembryony, an embryo develops directly from the diploid cell of nucellus and integuments as in the citrus. So here embryo develops from nucellus and integuments. Okay. In cleavage polyembryony, zygote proembryo sometimes divide into many parts or unit. Each unit then develop into an embryo. So sometimes this proembryo divides into many parts, and as a result many seeds or many embryos are developed. Each unit then develop into an embryo. Polyembryony increases the chances of survival of the new plants. So as the many seeds are developed, there is a chances may get increase of developing new plant. Nucellular adventive polyembryony is of great significance in horticulture. So horticulture means it is the branch of biology which deals with the study of fruit plants, then flowering plants. Okay, then so it has a great importance in horticulture. Okay, so with this we have finished the lesson. So you please go through the question and exercises, do these exercises. Okay, thank you.